Matt Barlow of the Daily Mail has written an article today stating that Lampard is concerned over Kepa's form and he wants to bring Shay Given of Derby County to Chelsea. But before we get into the video, I'll ask that you guys smash that like button. If you help me get to 30 likes, I will immediately release my transfer targets video. And in this video, I covered the left backs I believe can do a job at Chelsea, since more than likely Marcos Alonso will be on the way out this summer or during the January transfer window. So if you're interested in that, if you want to hear my opinion of who I believe Chelsea should go after, smash that like button, 30 likes, and I will immediately release that video, making it could possibly be a double upload in one day. Now on to the video. Now, as I stated earlier in the video, Matt Barlow of the Daily Mail has written an article saying that Frank Lampard is concerned over Kepa's current form. Now, Kepa's form has been a bit shaky. It has been moments this season where we felt personally as a fan base that Kepa could have done better. Maybe he could have, had stronger hands on the ball. He could have positioned himself better. And the meme that will probably never die in his career is when, Ziyech scored the free kick where it bounces off the back post, the far post, and it bounces off of Kepa's face. Now that picture and that meme will always live on. He will always carry that throughout his career. No matter how many poor games that Kepa may have in his career, he is still a massive upgrade from what we had. We basically paid $35 million to get rid of the Belgian Tower! Thibaut Courtois. Now we all know that Kepa has world-class potential, as he's made some big saves for us. Including not only this season but last season as well. As this is a snippet of the penalty shootout they had with Eintracht Frankfurt, I believe. And obviously he saved us 3 points against Watford when, that whole controversy about that penalty that was given that shouldn't have been a penalty. So Kepa's obviously a keeper that, has world-class potential. He's still young. He can get better. And he's already, in my opinion, one of the best keepers in the league. Now, Chelsea reportedly pushed back on the move for Shay Given to move alongside with Jody Morris and Frank Lampard from Derby to Chelsea, but because they wanted to promote Enrique Hilario, and Lampard has since then tried to convince the Chelsea board and try to convince the higher-ups that Shay Given is the correct man for the job. And hey, I'm all for it. Shay Given, he was a really solid keeper as a player, and if Lampard feels more comfortable with him, I trust Lampard's decision. Like I said, Kepa does need to work on him being more vocal on set pieces and corner kicks. He needs to be more aggressive and trying to go after the ball and punch it out or catch the ball. And sometimes his positioning is questionable. And his hands sometimes are soft. We seen last season where he had during a couple of penalty shootouts where he would dive for the ball and he would dive the correct way, but the ball would still go past him because his hands weren't strong enough. His hands weren't firm enough. We do have a legend in Petr Cech, the greatest goalkeeper that's ever graced the Premier League. Check the stats, check the numbers. They don't lie. I don't care what any Arsenal fans tell you. I don't care what any other fan tells you. Cech is the greatest of all time. And, I know he has his own thing where he's playing semi-professional hockey. But I would like to see, Cech try to be more hands-on with Kepa, because I think Kepa is somebody that can improve. Like I said, I can't stress this enough. I do think in years' time, maybe 2 or 3 years' time, he will be the best goalkeeper in the world. He certainly is Spain's #1, right? He's already made that leap. He's better than De Gea. And so, yeah, and also another criticism I have with Kepa is his ball distribution at times. I feel like, when you have a keeper that can ping passes across the field, they can start attacks faster, Ball distribution is something that a modern keeper has to have. And so, yeah, there's a lot of ways that Kepa can improve, So if Lampard feels that the best move for that is to get Shay Given on his staff, I'm all for it, because like I said, Lampard's decision making and his staff has already gotten has gained the trust of me and many other Chelsea fans. So like I said, I'm all for it. But to give you guys a bit of a preview of a player that I believe that Chelsea should keep our eye on at least, or should go after, is Marcelo Saracchi of RB Leipzig. Now, these are pictures of him at River Plate. You know, this was the club he was at before he went to RB Leipzig, and I've been keeping a close eye on him. He's a Uruguayan left back. He already has 4 caps, and he's only 21 years of age. He has like over 25 caps in a U19 setup. So, you know, he's only made 4 senior appearances for Uruguay at the international level. But I think this guy is everything that you ask for in a modern left back. And I think since Leipzig plays a similar style of football than we do, I feel like it was a smooth transition from the Bundesliga to the Premier League to how Lampard likes to play football. You know, this guy, he can bomb forward. He's good on the ball. His tackling is great. He can improve on it, right? He's not the best tackler, but he's a really solid tackler. He reads the game well. He's their number 2 left back as of right now. This is why I feel like we should at least keep a close eye on him, because I feel like he's one for the future. I think his crossing ability is underrated. He can also finish. You know, for a left back, he's a pretty decent finisher. I really do rate this player a lot. And just because, you know, he doesn't have the stats necessarily, because honestly he barely plays. He's like I say, he's their number 2 right now. He's valued at 10.6 million euros. I translated from dollars to euros, so it's about 10.6 million. So in my opinion, it's a safe investment. You know, the guy's 21 years of age. He can obviously grow, and I think we can buy him, and he'll be willing to fight and challenge for that number 1 spot in Emerson, right? Because he's not a big name. And leave me your comments down below if you want this full video to be released. I'm only doing left backs right now, who I believe that Chelsea should keep an eye on or pursue during the January transfer window if our transfer ban is lifted, or the summer. So let me know down in the comments down below. How do you feel about this article, and how do you feel about my list, right? The number 1 guy, Saracchi. If you guys don't know who he is, I think you should, you know, keep a close eye on him. Look up some highlights of his. He's a really solid player in my opinion, and he's going to be a really solid player for Uruguay. So yeah, up the Chelsea, and I'm out.